Hi folks, it's Danny at Bradley James Classics, and today's classic isn't really a classic, not yet, but I suspect when it comes to the future, hot hatches I think are always going to be popular, and actually the Suzuki Swift Sport is an extremely well regarded little hot hatch, and usually when we get a modern car in as a part exchange, there's a local gentleman who usually takes our modern cars away and we trade them within the trade. However, because these are quite an iconic little hot hatch, and I actually think that this one represents excellent value for money, I thought we'd sell this one and let someone have a bit of a bargain, I think. Now, the car itself is a year 59. It's covered 108,000 miles. The Suzuki Swift Sport, like this one, it has a 1,125 brake horsepower VVT engine, which is variable valve timing. So actually, for a little car, it's got quite a lot of engine in it, and it doesn't weigh very much. And I remember as an Evo magazine reader how much they used to rate this little car for probably the most fun you could get at a budget, because they handle superbly. They haven't got the power of an M3 BMW, but actually sometimes too much power can get you into trouble, and when it comes to handling, then sometimes these little cars can be where it's at. And I certainly know from some little cars we've had in here, like the 100 brake horsepower version of the Panda and the little Clio Sport, and the small cars with a big engine and little weight are great. Now, the car itself is cheap because it's actually had, and I'll show you in a second, some very minor altercation down here. And can you see where it's had a bit of a scrape down here, scrape into here, and sadly, because its insurance repairs are so high, and you've got to look at the value of a car, it doesn't really take much for the insurance assessor to come out and decide to make it an insurance write-off rather than repair it. So it does appear on the category as an S, which seems quite ridiculous really for the amount of actual damage that was caused, but it is what it is. It could be left absolutely as it is, or it could be improved upon by some painting down this side. However, it really isn't too tragic. If I get up really close, you'll see what it means. It's like poor repair, and the paint's probably come off, and someone's improved on it. There's a bit of a dent down here. Someone who's competent, I'm sure that can be improved upon, but it certainly meant that this car has ended up quite a bargain. So, despite that bit of damage, the car does drive perfectly well. What you get in these little Suzukis, you get these bucket seats, you get lots of standard equipment. This one's got an aftermarket exhaust upgrade. It's a nice peppy sound without being too embarrassing. It doesn't drone when you're driving down the road, for example, at high speed. Out of the factory, they have got improved suspension setup. They've got these rather large alloy wheels for quite a small car. You get quite big brakes, very sharp steering on these cars, and above all, just great handling. Now, the previous owner had treated the car to a new timing chain, and oil and fresh oil and fresh filters. You don't have to worry about that being done. It does drive perfectly well without any faults or any timing lights. And we'll have a little look at it together, but it's got an MOT that runs through to December 2022. The only thing it actually had been marked down on from memory was a windscreen. We don't like cracked windscreens, so we've just added a new windscreen, that's brand new. So down here is protection, just dress up. There's the service book, and there's 2 keys. It's remote central locking, and in fact it's just sort of quite a push button start, but you don't have to put a key in to start, you just have to twist something and it's away. So I'm showing you its worst side and what you need to live with. There's a chip on the back arch. There's a little bit of early formation. It's only a bit of surface rust there, nothing too terrible. Because it's been exposed to bare metal more than anything. Not the greatest repair of all time on that door. And then we've got some scuffing here to the front arch. Again, it's only plastic. Been decent from the front so far. Stone chips, as you can imagine, 8,000 miles. What's that? I think that would polish off. There's just a few marks on that wing. Been super fussy. There's a little bit of curbing to the front wheel there. The tyres are all good enough to pass its MOT. This side is pretty. I'd imagine prior to that scrape it would have been quite lovely, because this side's absolutely perfect. Discs on the front and the back. There's the back bumper. Twin exhausts. There's like a little Kevlar. I don't know if that's an accessory to stop you scratching your boot when you're putting stuff in the boot. The Swift has got those stripes that run through the top of the roof. It's got these little visors on. Have a look inside. Bit of a black and red theme. Sadly, we've got a bit of a hole in the driver's seat here, which is sadly quite a common thing where people drag their bums in and out of that point. It's not the end of the world on an inexpensive car. That black and red stitching theme goes through. You've got a decent Pioneer stereo there with the ability to plug a USB in. Sporty steering wheel controls. Electric windows, central locking, electric mirrors. You've got tweeters up in the door. Let's have a little look in the back at the space. I'm sure there's a handle that's going to help me. There it is. 4-seater. I don't think the back seats have had a great deal of usage. All quite new carpets, sort of dark grey with red. And there's the sort of shape of these bucket seats. Cool. And that's the interior of the Suzuki Swift. And as I did say to you, they do sound rather nice when they start up. Let me grab the key and do just that for you. I've got 2 of them over here. And as you can see there, that's the keys for them. One of them looks pretty much brand new and unused. This is the one that's in use. So as long as you're sort of in the car or near the car, have a little listen to the exhaust tone. Oh my word, I feel like a racing driver. So that's the ignition back off, and let's have a little final summary as we walk around this car. 108,000 miles, MOT to December 2023. A new windscreen just fitted. It comes with its full dealer pack and a service book, which is stamped up, and the handbook. 2 keys. There is a little bit of a disappointment to the paint down one side, but don't let that detract from the way the car drives. It could be fixed, it could be left as is, hence a good price for this little car. And you can drive her away. She's been looked over in our workshop. The only thing we needed to do, other than the usual greasing a few things up, that might have been a bit stiff. All levels checked. We just had the guy who fits windscreens come in and treat her to a new windscreen. Well folks, trade-in time, here 59 Suzuki Swift Sport, 1600 VVT engine. It really does drive super nicely and it handles really well. Had a recent timing chain, oil and filter change, and yeah, she's in stock now. If you like this car, please give us a call. We do offer a part exchange service. In fact, that's how we got this one. And we do offer highly competitively priced UK transportation. Thank you for watching the video, folks. That's Danny at Bradley James signing out.